One thing, JR, you never want to play with me. You don't want me to expose how you were saying that you kicked her out and she went back to her mother's house. Not Mrs. Braxton, not Mrs. Not Mrs. Singer with the sold out tour that JR also told me was flex. It was cap.
Y'all might want to grab a chair for this one because Tommie Lee just dragged Tamar to the pits of hell after R called her a crackhead. Tommie jumped on IG Live and spilled all the tea about how she made Jar eat her groceries and how Jar has been allegedly mistreating Tamar. Tommie said Jay short her all. Tamar's personal business, including how he kicked Tamar out of his house and how she lied about her tour being sold out even though she was barely selling any tickets. And before y'all start calling Tommie a liar, she came through with the receipts, and baby, she didn't tell one lie.
I should have recorded his head in my ass. I should have recorded that, but I try to keep the moment personal.
Okay, so all this mess started a few weeks ago when Cran physically assaulted James W. at Tamar's concert and left him with a messed up face and broken tooth. At the time people blasted the hell out of Tamar, people felt like Tamar had no business inviting Cran to her stage in the first place and accused her of trying to use CA to promote her tour, which T denied. Things got even more messy when Tommie inserted herself into the drama and threw shade at Tamar. She called Tamar irrelevant and accused her of lying about not using Crowan for clout. I just wonder with this one, not all the rest, but if she wasn't there, would this one have been this viral? Remember the question? When you respond, this set Tamar off, and she went off on Tommie on her IG story. She called Tommie a jobless reality TV star and even accused her of being a cokehead, she said. And before somebody takes my phone, if you on crack and your name starts with a T, and you never even sold out a bag of blow pops, stay silent. God bless y'all, let me and my team heal from this trauma in peace. Oh, but Tommie did not let this slide, and she clapped right back at Tamar. Got to address me for it to hit Muppet baby. Nothing a B say even applied to me, so I don't be moved at all. I can't even ask a question without getting in a frenzy. Don't flatter yourself. Mama be glad. I noticed baby Tommie clearly wanted all the smoke and Tamar had no problem giving it to her. She said, so now y'all want me to address out of work reality stars, never me and my Muppet employee. And we'll keep you on the list if I need a non-fighting cokehead for 2,500 episode for one of these shows of mine I'm casting for. We not the same. Go sell some for your next hit. I'm going to come with my next hit after this. She also added the caption courtside Muppets, and if you remember, that was exactly what she called Tamar during their back and forth. Tamar went radio silent after this very nasty clapback and didn't mention a word about this. However, just a week ago, Doctor posted a series of photos of her and him announcing that they were back together. People were obviously embarrassed for her going back to him after he literally teamed up with Tommie to embarrass her. Tamar made things even worse when she decided to put Tommie on blast and called her a crackhead again for the second time. She went on a whole rant about how Tommie tried to ruin her relationship and how she got her man back now. I don't want to sound mean, but I'ma need Tamar to wake up from this delusion, 'cause ain't nobody checking for GR. All he does is cheat and embarrass her all day, every day.
That's why I had to go get my man back, y'all. And I know y'all lying. If y'all thought I was gonna let my man go because he took some crackhead to a basketball game while we was broke up. No, man. That was not my man. He don't owe me no loyalty. When we broke up, could have went out with his homeboy. What's up? It's all fair game. When you broke up, don't get it up. It's a good man, Savannah.
This time around, Tommie did not let up on Tamar, and she embarrassed the life out of her and exposed all her dirty secrets, including about how Jature her. He even threw Tamar out of the house at one point, and she had to go live at her mother's house. According to Tommie, she complimented Jaffer wearing a suit one time, and since then, he has been all up in her DMS and even offered to fly her out.
Let's get into it. So all I said was, hi. All I said was, he had a nice suit. And from there, he was thirsty. He wanted to fly me out. What's wrong with me going to a game? What is wrong with the situation is that that is your man, as you call it. That is your man. He knew it was a situation with me and you. And he was down. He was down to play op games. I wouldn't take nothing like that serious, my love. One thing, JR, you never want to play with me. You don't want me to expose how you were saying that you kicked her out and she went back to her mother's house. Not Mrs. Braxton. Not Mrs. Not Mrs. Singer with the sold out tour that JR also told me was flex. It was cap. It was she flexing. She don't have no soul. That shit between me and you was his exact words. The tour not sold out. He said you was messy. He said you went back to your mother's house. He told me a lot of things that he shouldn't tell a stranger. I just met this man less than a week. Love, if that's your man, as you say, then you need to check him. You need to really check him and check your situation and really see if you're sleeping with the enemy or not. I am not your problem. I don't.
Oh, baby, but Tommie was not done. She also accused JR of eating her groceries. Apparently, they had an agreement that she would allow him to sleep with her after he ate her out. But after he was done, she refused to let him smash and threw him out. She also denied these allegations by Tamar about her being a crackhead.
That ate my ass and I sent him on his way. It wasn't for the slaves, for the slaves. This whole out calling me a crackhead. I did it for us. For us. I don't pink. You got me fucked up. I should have just reported. I should have recorded his head in my ass. I should have recorded that. But you know, I try to keep the moment personal. He never me. But the sad situation is, like, we're black. Tamar, I could say your name. I know I'm not a crackhead. I live too well, baby, and I've never indulged in drugs. I don't have to keep saying that. Y'all gonna run with whatever. Now we see why she wanted Chrisean to be at her sold out tour. Now we see. Nobody would even know. Nobody would even know, babe. Nobody was checking. Nobody knew, which was my exact point to begin with. Nobody would know. And you keep little shit like this going up and going on because nobody would know. You need to channel that energy, love. Have a seat on the couch. Before I start my day.
Tommie ate Tamar up and left no crumbs at all. It's honestly sad that Tamar would allow JR to disrespect her so much, and she just keeps going back to him. Tommie also posted screenshots of her chat with JR, where he was being very thirsty. She added the caption "thirsty" to sell his book. All it took was a compliment to get your good man Savannah. Wake up, Mama C. But then she put the nail in the coffin when she posted an entire audio recording of JR saying some very nasty things about Tamar while praising Tommie.